It's been a minute, guys. How you doing? My name is Danny if you're new to my channel. And I used to make a bunch of content, and now I kind of don't at the moment. Anyway, I am very excited. As you guys probably know, going off, my last few videos that I posted this year, I've really gotten into watch collecting. And as much as I love the Apple Watch Ultra 2 that I own, I don't wear it hardly because I have such a wide collection of watches now that I've actually been collecting watches for 2 years now, I'd say. It all started with a Fossil automatic movement, and I was just hooked after that. So this package just arrived. I ordered this watch on Friday. It was shipped on Sunday, and today is Wednesday. So it got here from Japan in 4 days. And yeah, judging by the title of this video, you already know what it is. I'm so excited to finally have one. You guys know probably that I love Omega and I love Rolex. I love the high-end, expensive, wildly expensive brands. I love AP. Even like, what was it? Frederic Constant, I believe is one. I love Tissot, or Tissot. It's T-I-S-S-O-T. The T is silent. I think it's Tissot. I think that's how it is. Not Tissot, but anyway. So, as far as I can tell, this hopefully is authentic. It should be. The seller provided the receipt and all the other stuff in the listing. So let's see what we've got here. So, yeah, okay. So, first of all, here's the original bag from Swatch JP. Swatch in Japan. And I love that they use like local Japanese newspaper to pack it with. I think that's so cool. I will actually look at that later because I'm a nerd. Also, he included the original receipt for this watch to prove that this is not an AliExpress watch. So shout out to him. Thank you for purchasing my item on eBay. Did you like the item? Cool. So I thought there would have been a third receipt like I saw in the listing, unless it's in the box. Or maybe in the bag. Let me look. I don't see it in the bag. But I do like that he at least included this one. He paid 40,700 yen for this watch, which means I paid him. So that means I paid him around 55,000 yen for this watch. So he made about $100, which fine, finders keepers, right? It's a finder's fee basically, because unless you live near Swatch, and the closest one to me is in Michigan. Like, you can't order these watches online, and it's because it's the collaboration. So, I'm just gonna, box is very light, so, yeah, this is very nice. Look at that. Mission on Earth, polar lights. And yes, this is the bioceramic plastic, bioceramic Moonswatch collection with both Omega and Swatch. My very first Omega watch, and technically my very first Swatch watch, now that I think about it, because I don't have either brand in my collection. Omega is just ungodly expensive. Like, I think the Omega I want is the Speedmaster, the one that Buzz Aldrin wore. And I think it's like $8 grand. And then Swatches are a couple $100. That's just a brand I haven't bought yet. So this is my first of both. Look at that. This is very, very nice. Mission on Earth. Oh, there it is. There it is. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna there's the little pamphlet you get with it. Oh yes, here's the other receipt I was looking for. Okay, so he bought this on June 20th of 2024. this version of the Swatch Moonwatch came out on the 14th of June of last month of 2024. So he bought this 6 days. I'm sorry. I can't math. Yeah, no, he bought this 6 days after it released. So that means they must have got more back in stock in his store in Japan. There's the little pamphlet you get. This is obviously one of my, what they call grails. This thing is so cool. This is a controversial watch. Look at that. That is so nice. Controversial watch because there are purists out there in the Omega fan base who think these are junk, these are toys. Look how beautiful that watch is, if I can get it to focus. Come on, iPhone. iPhone, I'm going to replace you in October, but I need you to work for now. It's not wanting to focus. And it's probably because it's reflecting, so it's not really the iPhone's fault. But yeah, look at that. Bro, focus on the words, not the shine. Here, I'm tapping the screen. The back camera on the iPhone is so much better. The front camera is iffy. So, but yeah, there you go. That is beautiful. I'm going to put it on since I figured out this dial is so gorgeous. Look at that. I mean, I've already shown you. I know. Okay, let me put it on, and then I'll get a better angle of it on my actual wrist. Dog. Yo. All right. Okay, hold on. Bruh. Look how nice this watch looks. My very first Omega and Swatch watch. You see, it still wanted to focus on the reflections of the crystal. Yeah, I'll just back up. There you go. Beautiful watch. I love it. So I never thought I'd be making this video or even this decision, but here we are. And we're just going to talk about it. What's up, guys? It's Danny back with another video. Today we are talking about, unfortunately, the Swatch Omega Moonswatch collaboration, whatever you want to call it. This is one of the most controversial watches in the watch community. And when I made this video unboxing it back in July, I was so excited for this watch. I was so excited. I love the pearl lights. I love the turquoise. It reminds me of Tiffany blue. If you guys know me well, you know that I like Tiffany blue things. My pistol is a Tiffany blue colored pistol. That being said, I was so happy to get this, and I enjoyed it and all kinds of things. But as time went on, I wore it less and less, and then something huge happened. Huge for me. Happened, and I don't wear it at all. And I'll show you what happened. So, I don't know. This happened, I discovered this back in September. Maybe even August. But somehow, just from wearing it, let me see here. It's small, but I ended up denting the watch. Where's it at? It was dented on the corner. Ah, there it is. And I'm telling you, it's so, I don't even know if you can see it really, but right there, it is dented on one of the corners of the, like right in here. And yeah, I'm gonna have to get a close up, I guess. But yeah, I can see it, and it's very slight. But unfortunately, somehow, some way, it got dented, and it's weird because of where it's at. Like, the dent is on the back, or towards the back, but it would be on my wrist. So the only thing I can think is I must have hit like a door jam and didn't realize it. But the thing is, Swatch advertises this as bioceramic, and that's a very fancy buzzword for plastic. And unfortunately, the Omega Swatch Moonswatch is cheap. It just is. And people in the comments of my unboxing video were saying that
I wasted my money, that it's a toy and blah, blah, blah. And while I think there are unjustifiably haters of this watch, I kind of see what they're saying. So I think I've made the decision to sell the watch. I don't wear it anymore. I just don't. I'm obviously gonna have to sell it at a discount because it's dented, which I can do. I mean, I'll still make most of my money back because I did pay around $400. I think these retail for $279 if you live near a Swatch store. I don't. The closest one to me is in Michigan, like 7 hours from here, and so I bought this off eBay from a Japanese reseller who I bought from in the past, and he sent me exactly what I ordered. This is the watch I wanted. It was perfect when I got it, but after wearing it for the 2 months that I've worn it, and then 2 months not wearing it at all, it got dented. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just sell it, get some of my money back, and put it towards something else. I've always wanted a Moonwatch. But I don't have Omega money. Omega Moonwatch starts at like $6,000. So I saw this as, hey, my first Omega. And yeah, it's a collab watch. It's more of a Swatch than it is Omega. But it does have Omega on the dial, as I've shown in the past. But this doesn't scratch the itch, especially if it's just going to dent that easily. I've banged other watches in the past, just from wearing them. I mean, that's the thing. You're going to bang up whatever you wear. Like the Apple Watch I own, the Ultra, it's been banged up a little bit. It looks pristine. And most watches will, unless they're cheaply made. And unfortunately, Omega/Swatch decided to make this out of plastic. Now, I know people are like, well, it's a Swatch. Of course, they're going to be made out of plastic. They do have metal swatches. I own one. But yeah. So what's going to scratch my itch between now and whenever I do finally pull the trigger on an actual Omega? It's the Lunar Pilot from Bulova. I've got it on right here. It's my most expensive watch I own, and it's my favorite watch I own. I wear this thing almost every day. I say almost because I have a lot of watches. I do need to make an update video of my collection, but I've actually got 4 or 5, actually I've got 6 watches in front of me, including the one I'm wearing, that I'm going to show you here in a second, of other options I wear. But if I want a Moonwatch, I go with the Lunar Pilot. That's what I wear when I want to wear a Moonwatch. The Lunar Pilot it made it to the moon in 1971 when David Scott had his Omega and the sapphire crystal popped off, and so he put on his experimental Bulova. At the time, it didn't have the name Lunar Pilot, but it ended up going to the moon and surviving on the moon. And I love that history. It was on Apollo 15. I love the history, and I'll show you. They commemorate that moment. I'm gonna try to show you anyway, but it's on the back of the Lunar Pilot. It's hard to see, but as you can see, you've got the Bulova tuning fork. And yeah, it's not going to be able to be read with this camera. I will get a second B-roll of it saying Apollo 15 and blah, 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 blah. So this is my Moonwatch until I get someday a Speedmaster Professional. Again, that's down the road. That's probably a 40th birthday sort of purchase because it's not cheap. But yeah, this is really what's been scratching the itch for a Moonswatch. In this case, a Moonwatch, and in this case, a Lunar Pilot. I am just making this video to let you know that, yeah, these are cool. Just keep in mind when you're buying one, what you're buying. Maybe don't fall into the hype like I did. I was so excited to get this watch. I was so excited to pay $100 over retail, 100 plus over retail, and all for what? A dented plastic toy at the end of it. So I am selling the watch. And I kept everything with that the seller sent me originally, including the box, the Swatch in Japan shopping bag, and then inside is the receipt and everything else. So whoever buys this is getting everything. You're getting the bag, you're getting the box that came in with complete with papers, you're getting the watch, you're getting the experience. But I will emphasize the small dent on the back. And so I think that's fair. I think I could probably sell this for $300, $350. And I will do just that. And that'll be that. So it's been real for this watch. But I'm done playing with the toy. And so it's going on eBay. And again, it'll go to somebody else who doesn't mind a dent on the back and wants an authentic Swatch, because they are heavily duplicated and ripped off and counterfeited is the word I'm looking for. Let me just show you real quick other watches I wear besides that. So this is the one that scratches the itch for the moon type of moon watch. My other go-tos are these, and these are, in my opinion, better quality. So we've got my yellow Seiko GMT. I love this watch. It's not going to focus that well because it's lower light. Love this watch. I picked up this one yesterday. It's the same watch, but in the new silver white dial with the Batman bezel. Love that one. I may get B-roll on these two just because it's not wanting to focus as well up close. And then I got this one. I don't remember the reference number of this one exactly, or really any of them. But then we have I also have the Seiko 5 in black and red. So these three watches are I call these the Holy Trinity. These are my three absolute favorite watches besides the Lunar Pilot that I own. Love these three. Seiko makes a great product now. They do have some quality control issues as well, but so far for mine, all my Seikos are great. And then for a more contemporary look, there's a Seiko. It's not a 5. Is it a 5? It may be a 5. It's a Seiko with a big day date option on the bezel. It's a blue bezel. It's very nice. And then an honorable mention is Orient. I love Orient watches. I did have a bad experience with a couple of them, but this is my favorite Orient watch. So got a nice panda dial, and my camera doesn't know how to act with that. So, but it is what it is. I am going to make an updated collection video. I'm going to go ahead and get this video edited and up ASAP so you guys can see it. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good day.